Remember last week this
Oh,
$1,000,000 but
Oh,
well, I had the actual card game. I shall pick randomly from this box here, this heavy ass box that you could kill somebody with. You get $1,000,000, but when you are around more than 50 people, objects that were once extremely heavy become very light. Objects that were once light become extremely heavy.
does that include? That would include your clothes.
Yeah.
true.
God, man.
And like,
Poor Mr. Weenie.
but it's also like, how often, like, if you're around a group of 50 people, how often are you carrying something really heavy? Like, if you're around, like, if you're in a bar, you're gonna be carrying a drink. A drink isn't really heavy. How the f are you gonna drink? I don't know. That just sounds so. Unless you do like, it could be a mad money making scheme. Like, watch the Great Bradley lift an elephant with his tongue, and then
And then you can't even.
but he has to sell 50 tickets. So if there's no 50 tickets sold or more, he's not doing the show.
Yeah,
Watch.
but you forget with your that doesn't apply exclusively to you, though, does it?
What do
When
you?
you're-
No, it means to you. It's gotta mean to you. That'd be so weird.
No, because he said whenever you're around 50 people or more, objects around you become that. So
No,
it was like,
this just sounds like doomsday then, because you're gonna have cars just floating into the sky.
Yeah. Like, imagine you're in Greg's and you're buying a sandwich, yeah, and you've got 50 people crammed in there for some inexplicable reason because it's post-lockdown and everybody's busting for a Greg's apparently, and all you want is a baguette, but because there's 50 stuck in there with you, it suddenly weighs £50,000.
imagine if you're holding something as well. Like, imagine if you're like taking that sandwich. There's like 49 people in it with you, and the 50th walks in just as you're taking it into your mouth, just boom, rips off your jaw.
Straight onto your dick. It's a sandwich. Go to hospital. What happens to a sandwich crushed my penis?
I'm talking about the jaw. I do not know why you went straight for the penis scenario. But
Because like, if you hold it here, right, what's right below you?
your jaw. If you've got a sandwich in your mouth and the thing that weighs a ton.
Bloody hell! If it's in your mouth, you gotta become Bane. You'd be like, no jaw.
That's literally what I was saying.
Oh nah, this sounds awful. Like, why am I trying to eat a sandwich and it becomes Mjolnir? Like, what the f is this? No, I can't take that million unless I become a really antisocial piece of shit.
No, you walk on High Street, and suddenly your shoes are going to weigh so much you won't be able to move.
But I'll live where you live, Laura.
It's like where I am, and with the current lockdown, this wouldn't be a problem because I'm not going to be around 50 people at any time.
Yeah, but how do you define around though? Are we talking like a specific proximity?
It's got to be. Yeah, I think it's a general vicinity around you. Like a bar, you know, all those people within the bar. If you're in the street, if it's all the people in your vicinity.
Like, maybe if it was everything within your line of sight.
Yeah, but that could still be easily fifth. Oh, okay, what? Like, you just become blind.
Right,
I'm Daredevil, but I've got $1 million.
Okay, like, yeah, I think we can all, regardless of like how we can dissect this, I think we can all agree that this is not worth it.
It sounds awful.
Yeah, you eventually become Graviton.
Yeah.
But again, if it was happening during lockdown, I might take it.
Yeah. If
Yeah,
it's for like a short period of time.
Although, take into consideration, you could paper money would be too heavy to lift, and you wouldn't be able to lift your debit card either.
Yeah, great. It sounds awful.
Okay, scenario number 2. Picked at random. You get $1 million, but every time you hear music, everyone else becomes invisible.
That ain't bad.
The thing is, I'm always listening to music though.
So your life sounds awesome. There's no one around us.
Imagine if he's listening to All Around Me Are Familiar Faces.
Lonely. I'm so alone. Wait, so
But like, imagine. But like, I listen. But like, when I'm walking, I've always got my headphones in. Like, that's just begging for someone to mug me while I'm visible.
yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? Like, you're gonna be walking, you're just gonna feel like hands in your pocket. No, actually, this sounds like mad anxiety.
Yeah, like,
Um,
or like, I wouldn't even need to be listening to music. Someone just like, if someone wants to mug me, they'll just start singing and disappear.
But you know what? You're not invisible to them. So you look like the biggest badass ever. If someone just rolls up on you, points a gun in your face, and you just keep on walking. Give me your money. What? Love it life.
I generally listen to music in private, like here. Everybody else just is invisible to me anyway.
That's right.
Okay, but like, what about when you're in just general, like, the streets? You're gonna have the Congo boy, like, boom, 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 boom. He's playing music.
Yeah,
so
that's the point. Whenever you're walking up our street, there's always someone busking.
exactly. Like, they're gonna become invisible. Like,
Then you're going to walk into people without seeing them.
Yeah.
yeah, they're gonna want to fight you.
Try operating that in lockdown.
Oh no.
So
Yeah.
this one's nope.
Unfortunately, but it's better than the other one. This one actually had me for a second.
Also, Bradley, it would mean that you'd have to watch all your porn mute.
I already do. I don't like hearing her be happy.
Number 3, $1 million. But every time you introduce yourself,
Okay.
your car gets towed.
You know what? Let's go. I'm happy with that. I don't have a car anyway.
I don't have a car, so
Give me
Okay.
that milli.
What if it's the family car?
Alright, it. I'll buy it back. Got a milli.
Imagine if you, like me, you work in essentially a call centre.
if you were to introduce yourself twice in the span of, like, say, a minute, would another tow truck come to pry your car from another?
No. Me and you think alike, Dan, because that's what I was thinking. Yeah, I think it's more funny that that person will then tow the truck that's towing your truck.
Human
You're gonna be
centipede.
going down. You're gonna see news coverage of the M1, and it's just if it's Lawrence, it's 100 trucks towing each other
You see,
with your little car on the back.
I prefer to think of it as a huge demolition derby, with all of the tow truck drivers going to war over each other over who should have possession of this little car.
Or even worse than that, you see the truck that tows it, you see the company. Okay, I'll call that company up, but I'm gonna call them after work. Let's say I'm Lawrence again. I've called people all day. I call up that company that towed my car. Yeah, hey, you guys towed my car? Oh no, another company towed your car. This is that company. I'll call them. Hey, can I get my car back? You towed it. No, someone else came and towed your car again. It's just this like infinitely going line of you calling people for them to tell you it was towed again from our towing company.
Oh God.
But you know what? Like, if you keep it to yourself, I think that's an easy win.
I mean, like, there's a very simple solution. Just travel everywhere on a bike or a scooter.
Is it limited to verbal introductions, or does it include written introductions as well?
Well,
Oh, don't.
if it's a written introduction, I don't do those that much anymore. Like, an email is as far as I go. But
But like for you, when you're writing a cover letter or something for a job application.
True.
So if I had $1 million, I'd just travel everywhere via helicopter.
Yeah, that's not a car. Or like motorbike. Just get a motorbike license. You know, we've beat the system. Now, I think I actually say yes to this.
That was free. Do you want another one at all or not?
Yeah, you know what? Throw one more at us.
Keep going.
Oh, okay, this might be spicy. $1 million, but every time you hear someone speak with an accent,
Oh god.
you become a literal vampire for 24 hours.
I'm game.
I think I'm game.
It would depend what type of vampire we're talking. Would the sun like kill me instantly, or
Or
would
is it like a Twilight vampire and you sparkle?
would it just give me mild? Or can I just put sunscreen on?
You know what? I think that's actually a fair catch. What vampire are we talking about?
I mean, I wouldn't mind if it were like a Dracula, because I don't want to go outside anyway. I'm happy with being inside in the shade.
You know what? Let's kick it all the way to the hardest. Let's do a Dracula vampire where he can't go out in the sun. You know, hurts his body. Can't see himself in mirrors. You know, his shadow does things.
I think like the most lethal vampire though is like Blade vampire, where take one step into the sun, you burst into flames.
That's true.
It is Dracula, isn't it?
I think he can like handle like a little bit of sun, but I don't know if he bursts into flames. I think he just kind of like almost like acid begins to burn, doesn't like combust.
I suppose it depends on what version of it you take.
And also, bear in mind, this is Britain we're talking about.
Yeah, like I don't know, but again, think of it like this, right? All right. Does it stack, or is it like if I hear one accent, it doesn't matter how many other accents I hear? It's just for 24 hours and then it resets, or is it like stacking? Because I'm if it's stacking. But you know what? If it stacks, would I still take it? Because vampires don't die. I'm just immortal.
You are a immortal vampire with $1 million.
I'm an immortal vampire with $1 million.
Yeah, $1 million.
Yeah. I'm immortal. I don't need to feed myself. I don't need to. Well, I need to drink blood. All right, fine.
You won't be able to go bloody shopping because all the shops shut at night.
I don't need to go shopping. What am I going to buy from the shops? I just go to
our shops. Not all of them are shut.
That's true. And you know, if I need to feed, I'm just going to go Lance's house anyway and get my dinner there. Gonna be munching him and his ginger cat. So, but like, I become immortal. And I can just invest my £1 million into Bitcoin, become a billionaire. You know what? I'm taking it.
I'll take it, sure.
Dan?
I don't want to go outside.
Dan's looking a little less sure. I don't know if he wants to be a vampire.
I'm already a bloodsucker anyway.
Hey, we're gonna make a big castle in Transylvania.
I was hoping for a bit more of a controversial yellow card for that one, unfortunately.
Yeah, that could have been really bad.